Okay. Hi, Ingrid. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. I see you brought your homework along. We can go through that at the end of the class, okay?
Thanks, that will be great.
Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson?
Yes, always.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. So today's lesson is about expressing regrets. There are two ways to express this. Should have or could have. Do you understand these differences?
No, I don't know the difference.
Okay, well, let's go through them. Should have is a regret about something that you did. For example, I should have brought an umbrella. Could have expresses choices that were not made. For example, you could have bought an umbrella at the subway station. Do you have any regrets that you can think of?
Oh dear, you shouldn't have said that because now it will rain. And I didn't bring an umbrella either.
That's very clever. Okay, well, clearly you do understand these. So let's move on to our next exercise. If you can go to page 111. You find it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Now on this page, you'll see there's a few pictures of people. Now what we're going to do, we are going to guess and we're going to say what these people shouldn't have done and what they could have done differently. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, let's do an example first. Let's take Randall. Now Randall is too young. He shouldn't have gotten a tattoo. He could have waited until he was a bit older. His mom is going to kill him. Can you just imagine if your 10-year-old son went and got a tattoo? What would you do?
Oh, I would be way past angry and definitely ground him for life.
Most definitely. Well, let's move on to the next one. How about you do Darla for us?
Darla shouldn't have drank so much. She's writing exam in the morning. She could have waited until after the exam to have a drink.
That's very good. Okay. Let's do Reggie next.
Reggie shouldn't have put his hand so close to the lion. He could have
Run for his life.
clever idea.
I would most definitely not have my hand anywhere near a lion's mouth.
For sure.
Okay, let's do one more. Let's do Penny.
Penny shouldn't have spent so much time watching TV and so little time studying. She could have watched a few minutes TV and spent the rest of the time studying.
That's perfect. I think you've got the hang of this now. Next up, let's go to page 113. Okay, you got it?
Yes, thanks.
All right. So now we're going to do a little activity on choices and consequences. So as you can see, we've got a whole list of situations here. And each situation has two options. Now what you are going to do, you are going to decide which choice you would make. And then we are going to look what the consequences are for those choices. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let us start. I will read the first one for us. At a restaurant, your waiter does not charge you for part of your meal. Would you A. Let the waiter know about the mistake and give him the money back? Or would you B. Keep the money? Which choice would you make?
I would choose option A because I would feel too bad. Otherwise, the waiter would have to pay for the meal.
Option A, that's a very good answer. I would have chosen the same. I would feel terribly bad if a waiter had to pay for my meal. Now, if you turn the page, we can have a look what the consequence is for that choice. Will you read it for us?
The waiter thanks you for your honesty and gives you a coupon for a free meal.
See, so that choice turned out pretty well. You got a free meal and you wouldn't regret that decision, would you?
No, not at all.
Well, that's good. Okay. Why don't you read the next one for us?
You get to the bus stop a few seconds too late. The bus driver looks at you and smiles as he drives away.
Would you A, wait patiently for the next bus? Or would you B, run after the bus, yelling and making rude gestures? Which option would you choose?
I think I would choose option A because running after the bus, yelling and making rude gestures won't make the bus driver stop the bus.
Option A, yes, I would agree with you there as well. Running and yelling after a bus is not going to make any difference.
Yeah.
Okay, but now let's see what the consequence is for that choice.
Oh no, it starts to rain while you wait for the next bus and you don't have an umbrella.
Oh dear. Well, even if you chose the second option, your consequence, you trip in the street from running, everyone laughs at you as the bus drives away. So pretty much both choices had consequences that you would regret there, am I right?
Yes, none of those are favorable.
Not at all. Okay, so lastly, let's do some discussion questions. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay. First question. Who is someone you admire for having made positive changes in his life?
I think I would choose Nelson Mandela. He was in jail for 27 years. He was released in 1990 and became the first black president of South Africa in 1994.
Wow, Nelson Mandela. Now that's a very good answer. Do you know why he went to prison?
I'm not quite sure.
He was actually arrested for conspiring to overthrow the government and sentenced to life imprisonment. And he was released 27 years later.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is quite a story, yes. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Do you feel like you should have taken high school or university more seriously or less seriously, and why?
No, I took it pretty serious. I did well in high school and went on to study medicine at university.
Wow, you studied medicine. That's very impressive. How long did you study?
It was 7 years.
Wow, that's such a long time. And are you practicing medicine now?
Yes, I am.
Wow, that's very impressive. Well, if you don't have any more questions, I think we are just about done with our class.
I don't have any questions, thanks.
Okay, well, I do want to give you some homework though. I want you to take note of your choices you make this week and write down what they were and what the consequences those choices had.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, great. Then I'll see you in our next class.
Yes, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.